Hi everyone. We're at a stage in the build where we have a choice. We can either start making the interior walls that go on top of this underframe. We'll use this sheet. Or we can prime this first and paint the bottom end. Or we can put that to one side for now and assemble the roof, which will involve these parts. Are there any other choices? I don't think there is. Okay, so what I've decided I'll do is, first thing, I'm going to assemble this roof, and then I'm going to prime the assembled roof alongside priming this underframe, and then I'm going to paint both the roof and the underframe. And then after that, having left this end unprimed, I'll glue the interior parts, the interior walls that will go inside the carriage, and then prime the top part and paint the general colour for the interior, which is going to be a sort of beigey brown. And yeah, that's this part. So a fair bit of stuff to do. Let's get going with the roof. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but this roof has a little bit of a bend to it. Now, it would be okay to go on making this roof with the bend in it if I was just gluing it straight onto the body, because that would bend it into shape and it would be perfect anyway. But I'm not going to be gluing the roof on because I'm going to have an interior and I might put people in it. So I've got to bend this so that it is as close to straight as possible, or if anything, it actually bows inwards as opposed to outwards. Reason being, the way I secure it on is with magnets at each end of the roof. So, yes, how am I going to bend this back? Let's see. Right, so I've had to think about this. Boiling hot water, and I'm going to pop this into the sink with the boiling hot water in it and bend it back. Right, okay, we'll hold it there because it took a little bit more than simply just chucking the roof into the water to bend it, to get it nice and straight again. It actually made it worse at first, so I had to very quickly take it out and wrap the roof around this metal ruler, hold it down with some masking tape, and now you can see it's alright. It's not perfect. When I put it on the ground, the important thing is it no longer bows outwards, it bows inwards. So when I press both of these down, where the magnets will come into force, the rest of the roof, it sort of comes into place and sits flat in the middle. Certainly took some adjustments to get it to do that. I don't know if you can see, but there's actually some bits of the roof that are still a bit flatter than they should be. Like I've dented them slightly, but there's not much I can do about that now. That's just me being a bit silly, really. Let's start off now drilling some holes into this thing so that the lamps and the lamps can go in. Okay, so that's the roof done. Well, assembled. It's still yet to be painted, of course. Now, I still feel like the glue needs a few minutes to dry. So I just had another thought. Whilst the glue here is drying, why don't I... Oops. Why don't I assemble the interior on top of this as well? Now, I think I might have said earlier that I'd prime the base of this first and then assemble the interior on top. But then it occurred to me that I could, if I cut a hole in whatever I use, whatever I mount this to when I'm priming it, I can do both sides at the same in one go, which I think will save me some time. So that's something that I'll do now, whilst I let the roof settle and the glue dry for a little bit. Okay, so that's done. Oh, let me make sure that I've got the last bit glued out, so that don't want to block that. Brill, so it's prime time. So we are done. Roof assembled and primed. Coach, well, the interior and the underframe are assembled and primed. I don't know if you can see it. Someone's hurt outside, clearly. But I had a little bit of an accident outside. Can you see that? The bent buffer, I accidentally dropped it. Well, it actually fell out of the mount that I'd put it inside. So that's a bit of a bummer on my part, but I think I should be able to bend that back. And then pop the bogies on. I'm gonna have some dinner, and you'll see me paint this tomorrow. So stay tuned for part 4. See you soon.